Human rights groups and opposition parties in the southern African nation of Malawi have criticized the country's president's decision to send young men to work in Israel. Lazarus Chakwera, the president of Malawi, this past Saturday, and his government sent over 200 young Malawians to work in the Israeli agricultural sector. We're now joined by the Minister of Information and Civic Education, Kukunyu, to tell us more about this project. Sir, thank you very much for availing yourself this afternoon. Perhaps you can tell us a little bit more about the labor export program. What is it about?
From Malawi, we've had many labor exports to other countries. It's not the first time that we are exporting labor. We have young people that are working in many parts of the world, in Africa, but also outside Africa. Now, what has happened in the Israeli case is that the president, the government of Malawi and the government of Israel have come into an agreement to create room where young people from Malawi can also work in Israel in the agricultural sector. And looking at the unemployment levels of Malawi, not only Malawi, but the rest of Africa, we have these issues of unemployment. And we feel countries have developed through labor migration, economies have improved. Then we thought we would also do the same, give our young people the opportunity. Those that are willing and they meet the criteria, they can be given this opportunity just like we have done with many young people who have worked in many parts of the world, including Israel. You may wish to know that we have many young people that have been in Israel for more than 5 years. They're still there up to this day. So it's a continuation, only that it's now at a larger scale.
Why send this cohort in the middle of a war?
We are not looking at the war situation. We are looking at the opportunities. Because the countries where we have sent many young people, they have opportunities, they also have threats. But when we weigh the two and we see that there is more room, the opportunities are higher than the risks that are there, we say this is a situation that we can manage. So we have looked at the situation in Israel. It has been assessed, and we have been in discussions, and we've been assured there are safe zones. Where the young people are going, there are safe zones. We don't wish to know that everywhere where our young people are working, I can tell you an example is South Africa itself, where we have many young people working, and we receive dead bodies from there and from many other parts of the world, where young people have been killed, others have died of natural causes, others have come back home sick. These are things that do happen. There are dangers everywhere, and we are looking at the opportunities. So the opportunities have been found in Israel just like we have in other countries, and young people are willing, their families are willing to send them there. They are even seeing them off. We say, here is an opportunity. Those that are willing, those that meet the criteria, they can go. I can tell you that as we speak, there are queues of many young people that are knocking on the doors of government to be given an opportunity to go outside and work.
Mr. Kukunyu, you mentioned the risk and the opportunities. What is the labor agreement details, or what are the details of this labor agreement with this latest cohort?
The agreement details but what I can tell you is that, what I can tell the nation or the world is that we are making sure, what we are interested in is to make sure that where these young people are going, they are safe in terms of their human rights being respected. And those rights will include them receiving what they are comfortable with in terms of their salary, but also the living conditions, despite the rate of the conflict that is there. But generally, the living conditions should be conditions that they are okay with. And they have their rights intact, that they can access their pay, a pay that they are comfortable with, and they can live their life freely as citizens of Malawi that are just working outside the country. So we have also made sure that we are assured that should these young people fall sick or something happens to them, at least they can be allowed to come back home, or they can be assisted before.
Oh my. Are you still with us, Mr. Kukunyu?
Yes, I am here.
Okay. Newzroom Afrika is in possession of a statement that is attributed to one Wezi Kayira, Secretary for Labour, and the statement reads at the bottom, "This program will benefit both individuals and the nation. A portion of wages will cover living costs in Israel, while the remainder will be remitted to personal accounts here in Malawi to boost foreign exchange." What does that mean?
What it means is when young people go out of the country, just like many other citizens do, they do need something to keep for themselves, because that is the whole motivation that is there, that we are trying to promote these young people to boost their economic lives. But also at the same time, as a country, we are exporting our citizens. It is our labor that should have been applied here in Malawi, and we are exporting that. These are the growers of our economy, and we are saying, do not bother try to find other ways of sending your money back home. We are going to help you open foreign currency denominated accounts through which you can remit your money from up there and save it back home. The amount that would be there for their upkeep is an amount that has been looked into as enough for them to meet their daily needs while they are up there. Okay. It's not compulsory. This is their money. It's their money. So whenever they want to access it, it's their money. These accounts that they have opened, they are opened in their own names.
So we understand that 2 weeks before this cohort was sent to Israel, Israel donated some $60 million US dollars in aid to Malawi. What is that money for? As you rightfully note that these young people should be contributing towards growing that country. Could that money not have gone towards making sure that those young people do exactly that?
We are talking of $60 million. $60 million cannot change the lives of the over 10 million young people that we have in Malawi. That is a very small amount. We have done some adjustments of our currency. We have just reaccessed the ECF, the Extended Credit Facility of the IMF, and the devaluation of the kwacha has had its effects on every part of society, including the young people that are not employed. And we are looking at this as a way of cushioning the young people, that we should create employment for them. But after we also devalued our kwacha, other avenues through our collaborating partners have opened. We are receiving donor aid and we are receiving budgetary support. So the coming in of that amount is not in any way connected to the young people. We cannot say that because we've received $60 million, then we close doors for young people who would want to go outside and earn a living. We may wish to know also, when these young people work, that is their own money that they can control on their own. And the 60 million would have can go to some other areas of development, which may not directly be linked to the pockets of these young people and their families.
Very quickly for us, sir, are you bothered by the reaction to the news, which has not been so positive inside your country and outside?
You may call it not positive. But if you come to Malawi and you see the queues that are there for young people wanting to go outside the country and their families supporting that, you will see how positive it is. We are not talking about the political news that is spreading, because if you talk of the negativity that you're referring to, there were remarks that were made in Parliament. And the remarks were not to the effect that the program is bad, but were to the effect that there were insinuations that the young people are being sent to Israel to be in the battlefront, which when confronted to produce evidence, the evidence was not brought into Parliament, and the remarks were struck off the Hansard. So if you talk of negativity referring to what happened in Parliament, the remarks from the opposition, that is not even anywhere in the Hazards. What is pertaining on the ground is that these young people, everybody knows, they are going to work in agricultural fields, and they are happy working in the agricultural fields, and their families are happy with that arrangement.
Thank you very much, Moses Kukunyu, Minister of Information and Civic Education in Malawi.